But if this was Dan Crenshaw in a fantasy land, I would love for him to go to prison, and I'd like for them to stick this cigar, just like Monica Lewinsky. You remember Monica Lewinsky? One thing, we got some stuff to react to, we've been doing on the show, and I feel bad doing this with Bo, because Bo seems like a classy gentleman, but are you familiar with black magic?
I mean, I think I saw something about that in a James Bond movie once.
That's exactly, that's one of my favorite James Bonds. He goes to New Orleans and he does black magic. Which one is that? Oh my gosh, I gotta look that up right now. James Bond, New Orleans. That's the best one. See, that's why we're peasing upon James Bond, New Orleans. That was so good. And they're doing the voodoo. It is Live and Let Die. Gosh, that was a good one. And that's one of the best songs.
Great song also, yeah.
That was a good era.
I actually played that for my son in the car yesterday. And then we were talking about it, and I said, and Guns N' Roses did a cover of that song, too.
Yeah, Guns N' Roses is great. What do you think about this modern-day music, all these rappers? Are you worried about these rappers turning your children gay?
Not so much worried about that. More worried about just the gangster culture.
If he watches one Lil Nas X video, that means your son is watching a pornography with the devil having sex with a young black man. If you just watch the video one time.
I've heard that. I've never watched it, so I wouldn't know.
I've watched it. I watch it every day. I got it on repeat. I'm just like, oh, look at that black guy sleeping with the devil. I love it. No, but shouldn't have said that because we're about to do voodoo. So now people are really going to not trust me. So right now we have, I don't know if you can zoom in on this. You might want to come over here, Nathan. This is the Dan Crenshaw Domestic Diva doll. And now, luckily, this is a doll. So if this is a human, I couldn't do this, but because this is a doll, I just want to show you, this is what I want to do to Dan Crenshaw, if you can see this. If we can just kind of, is Dan going to see this, Jimmy, you think?
We'll find out.
Okay, because he's going to say, I just want him to go to prison, and then when he goes to prison, I want a guy to be like...
Just want the doll to go to prison.
I want the doll to go to prison. Yeah, it'd be bad to want him to go to prison.
Yeah, we don't want this happen to Dan.
We don't want anything like this to happen to a human being. So this is a fantasy doll. But if this was Dan Crenshaw in a fantasy land, I would love for him to go to prison, and I'd like for them to stick this cigar, just like Monica Lewinsky. You remember Monica Lewinsky?
I was thinking the Bill Clinton thing here a second ago.
Yeah, so he's going to get a little Bill Clinton if I can stick it in its fake derriere. Look at that. Cigar in the butt. Monica Lewinsky style. You like that, guys? Look, we're the first person to bring that back. So, Dan, if you go to jail in a whimsical tale, the doll is going to get a Monica Lewinsky cigar in the butt. So refined, I got no time for no games. Ask yourself why.